Guys, welcome to Web Hacking for Beginners. In this course, we are going to deep dive into the fundamentals of web hacking step by step. Do not worry if you're not a coding genius. This course is tailored especially for beginners, and by the end of the journey, you will not only understand how websites work, but also how to find and exploit vulnerabilities, just like a bug bounty hunter. Yes, you heard it right. You can even start your journey as a bug bounty hunter after completing this course. So, guys, see you in the course. Have you ever wondered how hackers acquire sensitive information from Google? Well, here is where Google Talking comes in. Google Docking is a technique used to find specific information on the internet using Google search engine. Using this technique, we can uncover hidden or sensitive information that might not be easily accessible through regular searches. Now let's explore how to use Google Docs in practice. These are some operators in Google search. So the first one we're going to use is the site operator, site, and then google.com. Okay, so if we type site google.com, this is gonna show all the results related to google.com. So let's change it to microsoft.com. If I change it to microsoft.com, this is gonna show me all the results related to microsoft.com. Okay, so it is not Microsoft, it is Microsoft. Okay, and here you can see it is showing me all the results related to microsoft.com. But if I want to exclude something in this result, then I can use the minus operator. Okay, minus, and I want to exclude this forms, minus forms. So you can see it is not displaying me that result. Next operator we are having is in URL. Okay, in URL and login. If I want the URL should contains the login keyword, then I will type site microsoft.com, and the URL it should contains this keyword login. Okay, so you can see this URL it contains the login keyword, right? The next one also it contains the login keyword. Okay, next operator we have is in title. So the in title operator specifically searches for pages containing a certain keyword or phrase in their title. So if we want the page contains Microsoft, okay, on the title, then you can type in title Microsoft. Okay, so here you can see this page it contains Microsoft on the title. Next we have is file type. Okay, if we are looking for a specific file on this website like microsoft.com, so we can use this operator, file type operator. Okay, so this is going to show you all the results which are having these PDFs files. Next we have is ext. So guys, if you are looking for pptx, if you are looking for the files which are having this extension pptx, then you can use this operator. And the last one for this session, that hackers use the stock to find the car details. The last one we are having is in URL. Okay, pastewin. So pastewin is the website, and we are looking for the Visa cards. Okay, just hit enter. So this is gonna show you all the results which are having these cards. So if you are looking for more advanced search queries or the Google Talks, then you can visit this website, Google Hacking Database. In this, you will get all the updated docs. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next video. In this lecture, you will learn about web server fingerprinting. Fingerprinting a web server involves sending specific requests to the server, and then we're going to analyze the responses or examine various headers and metadata provided by the server. There are some commonly used tools for web server fingerprinting, include Nmap, Netcat, and WebWeb. Now let's explore how we can perform web server fingerprinting using WebWeb. Now just type the command WebWeb and IP address of the target machine. So in my case, target machine IP address is 192.168.174.160. Okay, this is the Metasploitable machine IP address. So just hit enter, and now you can see the response from the server. 200, it means the server is running. It is using this software. Okay, and next you can see the country reserved. That means the IP address is reserved for private use. Okay, and then it is displaying the information, HTTP server information. So it is running on Ubuntu Linux with Apache 2.2.8. Okay, and this is IP address of the target machine. Next, it is displaying the PHP version. Okay, and this is what installed. Okay, this is what is installed and running. Okay, so that's what I got the response from the server. Next we have is Webalizer. Webalizer is a browser extension that can detect the technology used on website. Okay, while it is primarily used in web browser, but we can also use in command line version. That's gonna use for server side fingerprinting. Okay, so you can add to Firefox from here. Okay, just add it, and then you can see Webalizer has been installed. Just click OK, and then just choose this extension. Pin to toolbar. Okay, and I'm okay with that. Next, if we visit any site like test php oneweb.com, okay, so here we can see programming languages used in this website, php, and regarding the operating system, we can see, right, the web server is nginx. Okay, so this is how you can use this tool, Webalizer. This is the browser extension that you can use for fingerprinting web servers. Guys, thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video. In the previous lecture, I covered what Google Talking is and how to fingerprint web servers. Now we'll explore how to gather information about domains using the Harvester tool. So this tool allows us to collect information about email addresses, domains, and subdomains from various public sources on the internet. So let's see how we can use it practically. So guys, you can clone this tool from this repository. Okay, the Harvester, just click on this code and just copy this. Then you can clone it using git clone command. After that, if you want to check the help page of this tool, just type python 3 the harvester.py because it is a Python file, and then hyphen hyphen help. So this is gonna display you the help page of the harvester tool. So you can see if you want to provide here the domain, then use this option hyphen d and domain. Okay, and then there is another option hyphen l, and then you can set the limit. So what is this limit? Limit the number of search results, and the default is 500. Okay, here you can mention the company name or the domain to search. And the next is if you want to use proxies, you can use this hyphen p option. And if you want to use this shorten search engine, then you can use hyphen hyphen shorten. And if you want to take the screenshot, then there is option hyphen hyphen screenshot. This option you can use. Okay, so let's see how we can use this tool. And this hyphen b option, you can use the source like these all the search engines like Yahoo. Okay, so let's see how we can use these tools, this tool. Then just provide the domain hyphen d. So we're gonna choose the domain easy console, that's a company name. Okay, next we'll set the limit to 200, and we're gonna and then we're gonna use the search engine Yahoo. Okay, company name, like the company name here is easy console, and then mention the limit. Here I mentioned the limit as 200, and the search engine. Okay, and then just hit enter. This is gonna find all the email addresses and all the subdomains. Okay, so here you can see the target is EC console, and now it is trying to find all the details. So you can see the hosts found as 12, but no IPs found, no emails found. So this is how you can use it, use this tool. Thanks for watching this video. In this lecture, you will learn about HTTP methods. We'll start with the get method. Imagine you're using a login form on a website. So with the get method, when you enter your username and password and hit submit, those details are shown right in the website address. So this isn't good for security because anyone's snooping around, especially on shared network, and see your login details. But if the form uses the post method instead, your username and password stay hidden. So when you submit a form using the post method, the form data is transmitted in the body of the HTTP request rather than as the part of the URL. When you're dealing with the private information like passwords, it is much safer to use the post method. So to understand this better, let's try something hands-on. We're gonna intercept the request using the tool called Burp Suite. Let's first start the Burp Suite. Okay, just type Burp Suite and then choose this temporary project and start Burp. Okay. Next, open this tab, Proxy, and then open the browser. Okay. and then you can take any website. I'm using test PHP. Okay, and then if I click on this your card and below on the intercept, it is not opening this, so let's open this artist. Okay, so you can see it is using the get request because everything is stored, everything is appended to the URL itself, right? When you open this artist, so this is gonna append in the URL. Okay, you can see it is appended in the URL, right? So let's open this tab, sign up, and then enter the username and the password. I'm entering username as test and the password as test. Okay, and then on the intercept and then click login. Okay, so you can see it is using the post request. Yes, everything is stored in the request body. You can see username is test and the password is test. Okay, next we have options method, which allows us to determine which specific methods are permitted on a web server. So how do we use it? Let's take a practical look. So for this demonstration, I'm using Metasploitable machine as a web server. This is the IP address of the Metasploitable machine. Okay, so to make the request using the options method, we can utilize curl command, curl, and then type v is for purpose, and then x, that is going to specify the options. Okay, next is the URL of this IP address. Okay, here is the IP address. Okay, here you can provide the website URL. Next, just hit enter. So this is going to display you what all the methods are permitted on this website. So you can see options, get, head, post, delete, these all the methods are allowed on this website. Next method we have is delete method. So using delete method, we can delete the files on the web server. So let's see how we can delete the files on the server. Here you can see on the web server we have this file 1.txt. Let's see how we can delete it. So just type curl hyphen x, then delete. Okay, because you want to delete this file and the URL. Okay, to specify this URL. And next, after specifying this URL, specify the file name. File name is 1.txt. Just hit enter. Okay, you can see this will delete this 1.txt file. Now we'll see what is a put method. Guys, it is a dangerous method if it is allowed on the server, as attacker can upload the malicious files. Okay, so let's see how to use the put method. Just type curl hyphen x, then put, and the URL. Okay, so like if I want to upload this file, okay, on this location, like DAV, okay, and I want to upload a file, then I can use this option, upload file. Okay, but here I'm just writing something inside a file. For that, you can use -d option. Okay, I'm writing hacked. Okay, I'm writing hacked inside a file 1.txt. Okay, so this is going to create 1.txt file and we'll write hacked inside it. Okay, let's hit enter, and now you can see it has created this file 1.txt. Now let's upload the malicious file and get the meter shell. So guys, you can download any web shell. I'm downloading C99 shell. Okay, I'm downloading it from this website. Okay, you can download the C99 shell from here. I've already downloaded it. It is in downloads. Okay, the C99 shell.php. So let's see how we can upload the C99 shell using curl command, curl hyphen x, and then put. Okay, then the option upload file, then C99 shell.php. Next, specify the URL and then specify the HTTP 1.0. So HTTP 1.0, that is indicating we are using HTTP 1.0 protocol. Okay, and then hit enter. So you can see it has uploaded this C99 shell.php. So if you click on it, you can see here is the option to enter the commands. Like if we try to run this command like ls and just click on execute. So this is running the ls command. It is listing all the files present inside this web server. Okay, so let's execute another command. Okay, we can run any Linux command. Like if we want to run any command, just type here and then click on execute. Okay, so you can see this is Linux metasploitable machine. Next, we'll see how we can get the metapleter shell. For that, just start the Metasploit framework, MSF console. Okay, and then use the exploit multi-handler. Okay, we are using this exploit multi and then / handler. Next, set the payload. Otherwise, we're gonna use this payload CMD Unix. Okay, then reverse Python. Then hit enter. And next is set the L host. So L host is your IP address, your machine IP address. If you want to check it, you can use config command. So this is gonna show you your IP address. So this is my IP address. Okay, so I'm gonna set this as L host. L host. Okay. Next is set L port. L port is 443. And let's generate the payload. So type as we know p -p option is to generate the payload. So we are generating this reverse underscore Python. This payload we are generating, and it is using the same L port and L host that we used over here. Okay. Next, just hit enter. This is gonna generate a command. And just copy this command. Copy this again from here. Okay. And just paste it here. And then click on execute. But before that, before the start the listener, type your run and then execute this command. Okay, so let's see if we got the shell or not. So here you can see we got the shell. It has opened the session 1, right? So if we type ls, we are able to list files inside this, right? So guys, like this, you can upload the malicious file and get the metapleter shell. All right, thanks for watching. In this lecture, you will learn how to enumerate users. In user enumeration, we have different methods such as error-based testing, guess username, automated enumeration, and word list attack. First, let's see what is error-based testing. So in this, we try to find valid usernames by intentionally causing errors in a system and seeing how it responds. For example, if a system gives different error message when you enter a correct username versus an incorrect one, you can use these messages to figure out valid usernames. Let's see it practically. Just to demonstrate this, I'm using Pentest Lab GitHub. You can clone this repository from this. Just click on this code and then you can clone it. Okay. After that, you just change your directory to cd pentest lab. And after that, just type ls and then cd pentestlab.sh. Okay. And then list. Or if you want to check the help page, just type -- help. Okay. This is going to show you the help page of it. Next is here you can see if you want to list all available projects, just type list. Okay. List. So this is going to show you all this pentest applications. So we're going to start this one. So you can start it, just type start and this vulnerable WordPress. Okay, so this is going to start this vulnerable WordPress. If you want to check the status of it, just type bash pentestlab.sh and then status. So you can see it is running at this web link. Okay, then open this link. Or you can copy this. So you can see it is running, right? Now just click on login. So I have created the account. Okay. So let's see what is the first method. The first method is error-based testing. So what is error-based testing? We'll try different usernames, okay, and see where we are getting the error. So we'll try the test as username and test as password, and then we will click login. So here it is giving us this error, invalid username. right? So this username is not valid. So let's try the username which is valid. So we'll try this username, test1. That's a valid username. Okay. So now it is giving us this error. The password you entered for this username test1 is incorrect. So from here we got to know that test1 username exists, right? If you try some other usernames like test site fun a, this is also a valid username. Okay, so this is also gonna give the same error. The password you entered for this username is incorrect. So we got the usernames, right? So in this way you can get usernames using this technique, the error based technique. Next we have is guess username technique. So in this technique we tries to figure out a valid username based on common names, patterns, or information about the system or the user. For instance, if you know someone's name is John Smith, you might guess that the username could be J Smith or John Smith. So that's a guess username technique. Next we have is automated enumeration. This involves using a tool to systematically search for valid usernames on a system automatically instead of manually trying. Let's see this practically. Guys, for this we're gonna use a tool WP scan. If you want to check the help page of this tool, just type WP scan hyphen help. This is gonna show you the help page of this tool. Okay. Next, how you can use this tool? Just type WP scan hyphen URL and then provide the URL of the website. In my case, this is the URL. Okay. And I want to enumerate all the users, so I'm using this hyphen E option, hyphen E and U. Okay, this is gonna enumerate all the users of this website. Just hit enter. So this is gonna show you all the users of this website. So you can see a user is test site hyphen 1a and second one is test1, right? So this is how it works. Last one we have is word list attack. In this method, an attacker tries list of common usernames to attempt to gain access to a system. So in this attack, we're gonna try a list of usernames for doing the user enumeration. So guys, first start your burp suite. After starting the burp suite, just open the browser, click here, open browser, and then here just open the site. Okay, so in my case I'm using this WordPress site. Okay, then click login. Okay, and enter any wrong username and password. So I'm entering test and test as username and password. Next, on your intercept and then click login. Okay, after that select this username, okay, or send this request and then send this request to intruder. After sending this request to intruder, click this and then clear all. Just click here, clear dollar, and select this username. Okay, then add dollar, and next is payloads. So guys, here you can add the payloads, the list of usernames. You can load from the word list. Okay, here you can list the word list, or you can add it manually. Like if you want to add the username as test, you can add test and then click add. Okay, next if you want to add test1, just write. So guys, here I've added some usernames and then click start attack. Okay, and then you can see the payload. It is drawing all the usernames and showing you the length of it, right? So guys, if you get the major difference in the length, that username should exist. So here you can see, here you are getting the major difference, right? So this test1 username exists, and the next one is test site 1a. This one also exists. If we try this one, test site and then 1a, okay, and just enter any wrong password. Okay, first we'll off the intercept, just go to proxy, off the intercept, and then write test site 1a. Okay, and password anything. So you can see the password you entered is incorrect. So it means this username exists. So this is how you can find or enumerate the users. In this lecture, you will be learning about the password attack. In the previous lecture, we covered username enumeration and we obtained two usernames for the website. First one was test site 1a and the other is test1, right? Now let's explore the different methods to obtain the password for the website. Firstly, we have default credentials. So default credentials are the username and password combination that are preset by the developer of the website, such as admin for the username and password for the password. So hackers exploit this vulnerability by attempting these default combination to gain unauthorized access to a system or device. Okay, and next one we have is guessing the password. So in password attacks, hackers tend to guess the password by making guesses based on information they have about the target. So this information may include personal details about the user, common patterns, okay, or information gathered from social media or the sources. Essentially, hackers try various combinations or characters until they find the correct one. And the last one we have is wordless attack. So wordless attack means we are going to try the list of passwords. Okay, that's often created from common words, phrases, or characters combinations. So the attacker systematically tries each password from list until they find the right one. Now let's see how to perform the word list attack. Guys, if you want to make a custom word list, use a tool like Crunch for generating the word list. I've already created a word list. We'll show you this word.txt. Okay, I've added some passwords in it. So I'm going to utilize a tool, WP scan. Okay, and then provide the URL of the website. So in my case, it is this one. And the username that we found in the previous lecture, that was test site and 1a. Okay. And for password list, we're going to use word.txt. So let's hit enter. This is going to show you the right password. That is trying all the passwords. So it has found this password. Test site. Okay, let's try this password and see if it is working or not. So our username is test site 1a, test site 1a, and password we're going to try this one. So you can see this is working. So this is how you can perform this wordless attack. In this lecture, you will learn about the command injection. So command injection involves injecting commands onto the server. That allows attackers to execute unauthorized commands. So it's like a sneaky way for attackers to trick a program into running commands it shouldn't. With command injection, attackers can run any commands and obtain responses from the server. So what we can do with it? We can make the system execute any commands we want, such as deleting files or installing malicious software. Additionally, we can gain control over the entire system. That's going to allow us to manipulate it as we want. Guys, I'm using DBWA. Just enter an IP address and let's see if it is pinging the IP address or not. So I'm entering 127.0.01. Alright, and then click submit. So you can see the response, right? So it is pinging this IP address. So if this application is vulnerable to command injection, then we can inject any command. So let's try injecting a command. Okay, 127.0.01 and let's inject ls command. So this is going to show us all the files and folders which are present inside the server. Okay, so ls command is going to list all the files and folders. Okay, so let's delete a file. We want to delete this new file. So just type the IP address. Okay, and means we are executing two commands. First, we are pinging this IP address and we are executing a command. So now we are going to execute. We're going to remove this file using rm new. Okay, and then click submit. So this is going to remove this new file. If we check it again using ls, just type 127.0.01 and ls. Okay, so you can see it has deleted that file, right? So guys, you can make any file or you can delete it, or if you want to check the past wt file, then you can even check that file. Okay, just type 127.0.01 and cat etc past wt. Okay, here you will get all the users names. Now why we are able to execute these commands? So guys, if you check the source code, right, if you check the code of it, the code is vulnerable because it lets attacker sneak extra commands into the system by typing them into IP address field, potentially letting them do harmful things like deleting files or taking control over the server. So this is how it works. Thanks for watching. In this lecture, you will learn what is HTTP verb tampering. HTTP verb tampering is a type of security vulnerability that occurs when an attacker manipulates the HTTP request method, also known as HTTP verb. So here we have some HTTP methods: get, post, options, put, and delete. Imagine a web application has a form that allows users to update their profile. So the form typically uses the post method to send the data to the server, right? But an attacker might tamper with the request and change the post method to delete. So if the server does not properly validate the method, it might delete the user profile based on tampered request, right? So let's see it practically. Guys, to demonstrate this, I'm using this site, okay, rootme.org, and the challenge is HTTP web tampering. Okay, first you have to register on the site and then click on start challenge, start the challenge. Here you have to enter the password for the validation. Okay, so click on start the challenge, and then just on your intercept. Okay, so here what we're gonna do is we'll change this method to options. Okay, and just forward this request. As you click on forward, you will get the password. Okay, and you can see now that authentication is bypassed, right? Just enter the password and click send. So we have successfully bypassed the authentication and solved this challenge, right? Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Guys, in this video you will learn about DOM cross-site scripting. It is like someone sneaking into a website and leaving a hidden message or code that can do harmful things. It can steal session cookies, redirect users to phishing sites, or modifying the page content. Before diving into practical demonstration, it is essential to understand two terms in JavaScript: source and sink. So source is the location from which the untrusted data is taken by the application. Essentially, it's any data that's come from the user or an external system. Examples include document.url and cookies. And sink is the place where this data is actually executed. This includes functions like set timeout and set interval. Now let's see how DOM access works in practice. To demonstrate this, I'm using DVWA. First, let's choose any language. Okay, here we have four options. I'm choosing this English. Okay, and then click select. You can see default is equal to English. Okay, now let's check the page source code. So you can check the page source code. Just click here, view page source. Okay, and now let's find the JavaScript in it. Here we have the script, the JavaScript, right? This is the form that is using get method. Okay, guys, this line is gonna check if the parameter contains default. If default equal to parameter is found in the URL, then this is gonna extract the value of the default parameter from the URL. Okay, after extracting the value, this is gonna write an option for the extracted language to the document. Okay, so what is the source and sink in this? So this lang variable is the source and document.write is the sink, because this variable, the data is coming from the user, and the sink is the place where this data is actually executing. So what an attacker is going to do, attacker can do in this case, here you can see this default equal to English. Here we can execute the script. Okay, so if I'm writing here any script alert 0 and closing the script tag, so you can see it is executing this script. Guys, instead of this simple script, we can use any malicious script, and if we share this link with the victim, and once the victim will click on it, the browser will run the script, and we can steal the cookies of the victim, we can redirect the user to a malicious site, or we can modify the page content. Okay, so how this is happening? This is happening just because of this document.write function, because it is executing the script. So to prevent DOM access, we should properly validate and sanitize user input and avoid using this document.write function or similar methods that can introduce vulnerabilities. One more thing I want to tell you guys, this is happening just in the client side. Okay, so thanks for watching this video.